I forgot to fiddle with this phone, so we got cut off. But it's good. 25 minutes, long enough for another video. Let's read some more comments, just for fun. The first one was the Hebrew Israelite ones, right? So let's see. Peter Pentakis. All right. He says like this. I'll make a quick comment. Because Whoopi Goldberg is a disgrace and she should be canceled because this is what she perpetuated throughout her years at that blank show. My point here is that from what I hear, most Jews are Democrats. And if a Jew ever votes for a Democrat again, you must be an effing idiot. So, Pentakis sounds like a Greek name. But I'll tell you, I'll explain this to you because people ask Dennis Prager that a lot, And the thing is, the simple answer is most Jews don't care about being Jewish, don't care about Judaism. They traded Judaism for leftism, just like a lot of Episcopalians. I was sitting at an interfaith meeting today, and. Is there really that much religion going on in a lot of these mainline churches, or is it just the liberal and left-wing agendas? That's what it's all about. And certainly the reform movement. Glenn Beck apologized when he said something that was true, that reform is like, kind of the equivalent of a lot of the Taliban or whatever, that they hide behind religion and just have a political agenda. Now, they're not the equivalent of the Taliban. They're not terrorists, but it's not a religion. It's are there religious elements? Yeah, they have liturgy and this and that, beautiful, nice, but they don't really believe in it, So, and how many people even go to the Reformed temples? These Reformed temples are mostly just empty, big, empty, fancy buildings, just like the mainline churches, as opposed to the, I've been going to this interfaith meeting, and I said something, they were saying, they can't get any young people to join, to be active and this and that. And I was the youngest person there at this. Now my hat is with all the broken glass on the floor because of that deer. At least I didn't hit the deer, right? So anyway, am I right? So anyway, passing by the alpaca farm. So what am I saying here? What are we even talking about? What am I doing? So, it's the same problem with the liberal churches and the liberal synagogues. Nobody really wants this. Like Dennis Prager says, if your rabbi or your priest or your pastor is just going to be quoting to you from the New York Times, what do you need them for? Seriously. Like, just read the New York Times if that's what you want. That's the religion for a lot of Jews. The New York Times, bagels and lox on Sunday morning, and that's it. And there's a lot more to Judaism than that. I mean, I can understand people, they want something a little bit different than the Orthodoxy, right? Particularly, I understand, even though I have reasons to disagree, I can understand the people who want egalitarianism, who don't want a mechitza in the shul, who don't want. I can understand that, but I respectfully disagree. But I would gladly, lead a synagogue with mixed seating, not pray with them because it's not my tradition, and There are problems with that. But I'm saying be the guy who says the drushes, and if they need someone to lane or whatever it is. But I would preach an Orthodox message, a friendly one, a nice one, But I'd preach a Jewish message first of all, not just the New York Times, and I think that's why a lot of these shuls are empty, because people realize that. They don't see what purpose do they have in going to the synagogue, or in the same thing, the mainline churches, if you're just going to hear the New York Times. But I'll tell you something more than that. So this interfaith group that I go to it as part of my work, they were saying, how do we get the young people? We can't get the young people, this and that. And I was like, I'll tell you something. There were quite a number of Catholics there, and I said, the Catholics, they always said, make sure we have your kids educated, until they're 7, 8 years old, and then we'll have them forever. And that's the key, is education from the youth. But everyone, just wants to send their kids to public school instead of going to Catholic school, yeshiva, whatever else. And then what? The kids are brainwashed by the public schools, and they don't want to hear about religion or anything, So so then I said to them, this was in the city of Scranton. I said, I don't normally go to, because of my work obligations and my family obligations and where I live, I don't get to daven with a minyan very often, especially a weekday. But I was going to a training, and it was convenient for me to go to shul down with a minyan. So I went to this one shul in Scranton where they have, I think, 3 Shacharis minyanim every day, and you had all ages there. And I've been to the other Orthodox shul, and this is a from Orthodox shul. I went to another Orthodox shul, same thing. 2 minyanim every day, and all ages are there every day. And then Shabbos, it's a big crowd. And and I know the conservatives, they try to make a minyan, and even with counting women and whatever, counting people on Zoom, people don't want to commit to that. And I know one of the COs at work, he told me, he's a member of the conservative shul there, and he likes to go to minyan every day. If we're doing it on Zoom, he's like, what am I even doing? I want to have that community. I want to be putting, the old guys in the shul helping me to put on tefillin, So these are the issues that we have in the world. So let's get some gas. All right. Next, it's a race and a religion. There's a gene for Ashkenazi ancestry. My family has it. My family does too, but my wife is 100% Jewish, and although her father claims some Jewish ancestry, we don't know whether that's true or not. In any event, it doesn't matter. My wife converted, and she's 100% Jewish. So, and then SB agreed, But yes, I know. What else we got here? Pinball can all unite us. I bought my daughter a pinball game for Christmas. Very nice. All right, good playing game. Played in New Hampshire, Massachusetts. Epic. All right, well, that's the... one more thing. Nathaniel Matzos. Good morning, Rav. Do you know why we are not supposed to, it says we're, but we are not supposed to say the names of certain angels and demons? Does not contradict fearing only God. Thank you. Your insights are great. The answer is it's different customs as to whether or not you're allowed to mention the names of of angels or demons. There's nothing in the Talmud saying not to mention the names of angels. It seems to be something that comes from more Lurianic Kabbalah, which is the more mainstream Kabbalah. But the old prophetic Kabbalah actually encouraged mentioning names of angels and Shemus and things. So there is Elul ve'Elul. That's all I can say. But it's not like people think that it's black and white. Actually, and all the art school books, they say, don't say the Anabakoach names, the Shem Mem Beis. What is this, number 1? But I think it's Bir Halacha. One of the Mishnah Brewer. He says you're supposed to say the name. So who knows? All right. God bless. Please like, subscribe, comment. See you later.